Welcome back to another fabulous episode of the Story Healing Hood, where you come to get healed. So, welcome to the hood, the healing hood. Thank you guys so much for so much love and support. I really do appreciate you guys. And I just want to keep this good work going. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about today's topic also. Now, it is definitely a tough one, but I feel like it is a necessary evil to devour. So, the topic that we're going to dive into is self reflection and individuation. Do you know who you are as an individual? Do you know who you want to be as an individual? Where's your foundation? Where's the baseline? I don't know. For me, it was definitely very, very hard. It was one of the hardest things I think I almost did next to like having kids is just working on myself. So I know this is going to be painful, but like I said, this is a necessary evil that we can conquer. We can conquer together. I have a couple questions that I'm going to ask you guys, and I want you to answer them. I want you to be real with yourself, okay? You can comment down below if you want to, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you guys are listening to on Spotify. I left a little something for you guys down there too. So make sure you show your girl some love. But yeah, some of these questions are, like I already asked, who do you think you are? Are you the person that you want to be? And a question that I recently just started asking myself, and I kind of didn't want to know the answer because it's one of those questions that you have to involve other people in. And that was, how do other people view me? Like, at first, it didn't seem like a big deal. Nobody cares how other people view them. But at the end of the day, it is very important. It is a very important piece of information to have about yourself, how others view you. Because sometimes you will have this self inflatedness about who you think you are and how other people see you. You could think you have a flawless character or whatever like that. But when you ask other people about how do they see you, you'd be shocked. Sometimes it'll be negative. Sometimes it'll be hurtful. Sometimes it'll be more positive than what you thought it would be. But you won't know until you ask. And when you do ask and you get those real answers, it's like, what are you going to do with that information? Sometimes you can take it and just bury it inside of you and just, move on and not try to do anything about it. Or you can take that information as like a guide to guide you further along your journey, almost like a stepping stone. And that's why I said I am a proud contender of constructive, constructive constructive criticism, not the kind that you're going to just come at me crazy for, but constructive criticism, because it is necessary to be the better, best version of yourself. So I feel like sometimes you do have to get other people involved. And there's nothing wrong with it. You should kind of trust some people's insights. I'm not saying everybody, but some people's insights, because a lot of us have this self-sabotaging spree. Leads me to my second question. I don't even know what number question I'm on, but it just leads me to my next question. Do you have self-sabotage like tendencies? And I feel like that is another important notion to know about yourself, important piece of information, because if you set yourself up for greatness and in the back of your mind you see failure, you're laying the brickwork of setting limits to your potential. And it's really slippery slope when you start setting limits to your potential, because to me, limits are necessary, but potential can be limited. Some people do not have the capacity to do, everything. But I do feel like if you set your mind to it, you can come up with a variation of that limit. It will never fully approach zero. It will get close. It'll be 0.00000 something, but it will never ever tap into zero. Okay? And that's how I feel like your potential is in knowing your personality. And that all goes away. It all goes bye-bye down the drain when you have self-sabotaging tendencies. Do you have pessimistic tendencies where you just think less of yourself, think negative of yourself? Because I'm telling you right now, that's a dark part of yourself. That's another episode for another time. One of my favorite stuff, but it's pretty scary too. Shadow work. But yeah, do you have those tendencies? Because if you do have those tendencies, I'm going to tell you right now, they're contagious and they will leak out into other people. Other people will start having the same type of self-sabotaging tendencies for themselves. And don't run away from it. It's fine. We all want to have those things that want to hold us back, every once in a while. But for you to do that all the time with anything that you want to get done with yourself, it's time for you to try to work on that. And it's not a lot of things nowadays that you can do to really work on yourself, like who you are on the inside, your inner being, the person that you have to live with that nobody else sees at night, the person that you have to sleep with, the person that shows up in your dreams, that person. It's like you have to work at that person like it's a marriage, like it's a job. You just have to show up every single day and just do a little bit of something. And over time, it will compound like interest and you'll get a huge return on that investment. You can never invest too much into yourself. You can never bet too much on yourself. And know that to be true. Which leads me to my next question. This is kind of a touchy question, you know what I'm saying? My next question is, and please just, answer it to yourself, but do you really believe in a God, a higher power? Do you believe in something greater than yourself? That is, of course, the baseline of existence, is being able to believe in something that's greater than yourself. Matter of fact, that's something that separates us from a lot of different life forms on this planet, is that we have the ability to be aware of ourselves, aware of our surroundings, aware of others in our group, but not just other humans in our group, but we're aware of other life, such as trees, grass, dirt, worms, all these things, that we do not have control over as a person. I would never want to take all the glory for that because I bear witness to the glory of the divine. But even if you don't believe in God, like I said in my last video, some of y'all could be believing in Satan. That could be your God. But as long as you believe in something, I feel like that is what motivates you to even want to do that inner work. It motivates you to want to do the self-reflection. And the reward isn't like immediate. The reward actually is just you being accountable for yourself and your actions. That's really what the reward is. To me, it's not more or less than that. You can get a lot out of life, but you're not going to get that much if you think that you have it all, or you think that you have the power to obtain it all. At least I don't think that. And I want to know what you think. So like I said, comment down below if you have any thoughts, or if you disagree with me. Who knows? I don't know who I want to touch with that one. But since we're touching stuff now, I'm going to be wrapping up this video real quick soon. But before I do, I just have a couple more questions that I feel like I need to just touch on. There's something inside me that's telling me that you are going to be doing this journey alone. You're going to be doing this journey by yourself, as you should, which, if you really think about it, leading to my last question, if you believe in a higher power, then you're not doing this journey by yourself. because when you get tired or when you want to throw in a towel, you give it to the higher being that's over you. I don't care if it's one, two, him, her, she, he. You give it to them because you know that it's out of your hands, which is fine. I don't want to get all preachy and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, when you believe in something higher than yourself, then you don't have to be worried and weighed down by the things that you can't control, because you just give it to the higher power that can control things. Um, like I said, it's important to do this work alone, and I really mean alone, not social media and stuff like that. It's deeper than meditation. It's deeper than watching even like a video like this. But I do want to say, if you are watching this video, you are on the right path to individuation, and you are going to be more familiar with yourself and more familiar with the work that you do need to do after watching this. And just know that you are going to do this alone. Here in the Story community, we are all going to be on this journey alone. And if you're alone and you're lonely when you're alone, just know you're just in bad company. And when you start working on yourself, you'll be more comfortable with being alone. Thus, you'll be in better company. I'm not going to lie. I love being alone. I mean, I'm single and I don't like being single, but I can enjoy being by myself. And I know that because I have a good time when I'm by myself. Hey, I'm having a good time up in here right now. But other people have a good time with me, which leads me to my last point-ish. We are all thinkers. It is one of our greatest innate abilities as a human, is to be able to think freely, and think of all different types of ideas, creativity wise. And I feel like one of the greatest superpowers of a thinker is to be able to solve problems. I feel like thinkers solve the problems, and that's a superpower. But like thinkers just be like, oh, what problem can I solve next? So it's okay to be able to have these thoughts and to work on these journeys of different facets of your life, because it's important and you need to get in touch with it. You need to be comfortable with it. There ain't nothing wrong with trying to get to know who you are. We all need to know who we are, because none of us do. And together we can help guide each other, and that's what I want. That's what I want us to do. I want us to be able to guide each other through this. I do have some content creators, some other Facebookers, more like YouTubers, that I want to just shout out real quick. I will be doing another video of just shout outs and all the support that I've been getting, because I've been getting a lot of love, and I didn't think I was going to get this much love this quick. It's like, I'm trying to keep it together. But hey, so far so good, and I am super excited. But like I said, this journey to individuation is a lonely one, but you don't have to do it alone. There is books out there that you can be reading to fill your mind. Just a little note that some people will spend 50, 60, 70, 80 years of their whole life. They'll spend their whole life gathering information to put into a book that you can just read in like 2 days, that you can read in a week, that you can read in a month. You're reading somebody's whole life work in like a month. That is astronomical. And you cannot even fathom to how endless, like I said, endless that possibility of knowledge and trying to get to know who you are is. I know books sometimes can be boring, but it is one of them sacrifices that you should be willing to make. I don't remember who said it, but somebody said if you wanted to put any good information or the truth in anything, you should put it in a book, because that's something that people won't look at. So I definitely know that you guys should check out them books, check out these YouTubers. One YouTuber that I've been really feeling a whole lot, there's a lot of stuff going on with that Diddy case or whatever like that. I really don't be too big in the whole Diddy stuff, because that's not what I'm here to cover. But other than that, he's also pretty good with self-reflection and just having to be self-accountable for things, really opening your eyes to what's going on around you so you're not distracted. Distractions are the number one thing that keeps you off of this journey. So I have Living Abundance of Life. He's a YouTuber. I have again the Poor Man's Podcast. He's a YouTuber, podcaster. Check him out. All these I'm naming right now too, other than David Goggins. He's just a motivational speaker. But if you don't know who David Goggins is, especially like after I said his name, go look him up. David Goggins. Okay. I also have The Moon. This is also another YouTube channel. Very self-aware, very reality of what's going on socially, what's going on in the world. And I feel like you need to be up on that so you're not blindsided when you're trying to work on yourself. What does society have in store for all of us? Because we all collectively are doing this to come together for something greater. So remember that. I am a history buff. I don't know if you know that or not. I love history. I know history so well. And I would like to challenge anybody on some history. Don't come for me with that, but I'm just saying I love history. And if you just want to brush up on some history and you want to look at some great art, some great animations, another YouTube channel that I absolutely love and I watch them daily is See You in History / Mythology. They have awesome stories, definitely from the past, the Samaritans, ancient Mesopotamia's Anunnaki, Egyptian history, African history, Nordic history, any kind of history that you could think of. And it's very different and diverse. And I love how it brings everybody together on the same page. So shout out to you guys. You guys deserve it. You guys are putting in some work. I already mentioned my man, David Goggins. Check him out. He's not one to play with. And he's definitely one of those tough talk, father type speakers. So holla. David Goggins, holla at you. Okay. And lastly, I didn't know if I wanted to really do a shout out for him, but he be putting in work. And like I said, I'm going to do a separate video on the content creators in this whole space because it has been a journey and it is very hard work. But I definitely want to make a shout out to MTR, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. He's a YouTuber, black man. I think he's more so manosphere / reddish pill, whatever. I really don't even care about none of those titles. If somebody's saying the truth and they got something real for you, I'm trying to put you on some game. So go ahead and check them out. He's also a YouTube channel. And they, for the most part, all of these people be posting stuff like every day, so daily. You can get your daily dose of how can I reflect on myself by checking them out. So don't forget to hit me up. I'm on Instagram, you guys, at Shamar Ali, Facebook Shamar Ali. I still mess with Facebook. And I'm on Spotify. Don't forget Story Healing Hood on Spotify and on YouTube already. You already know. Story Healing Hood. Like I said, thank you for listening. Shout out to you, everybody. And I will see you guys in the next video. Do the work and let the healing begin. Bye.